Skadink, skadink, skadoosh. Welcome back to the channel, ninjas. I'm Joey Moss with Bad Boy Gaming. We're gonna just jump right in to these spoilers here, okay? We're not. We could swim. We could swim to them. We could. Swimming is right around the corner. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go to the beach. All right. Enter the God Eternals. This is a crazy removal. Are you ready for this? Billy, you're gonna want some of these. This is a 5-drop sorcery. Enter the God Eternals. Deals 4 damage to target creature. And you gain, basically, 4 life. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. And you amass for 4. Remember the old Domino, or what was it, Domino's or Pizza Hut? 524444444 Pizza Hut delivery. That's just where this is a bunch of 4s, man. I mean, why is it not a forecasting cost? I guess that was kind of the epic fail here, but I do understand why they did it the way they did. This is definitely shining for like all the kind of god abilities, you know, all like jammed up into one. The Eternal Gods, which we're gonna see a 1 very soon, and a crazy new Planeswalker. But this is a very powerful spell. It is sorcery speed. I think if they made this instant, it would just be way too strong. I mean, think about how much value you're getting on 1 card. The casting, it is 5 to cast. But man, Dimir, I hate seeing those colors. Dimir is going to be so strong. The Great Daddy issue decks. Enter the God Eternal. It deals 4 damage. So you're basically like, you can hit that. It's got to be a creature. Just blast a creature for 4. You're gaining 4 life, which is kind of a white thing, but I mean, I guess other things can do it as well. And then target player puts the top 4 cards, so you're milling your opponent as well. And then you're also creating an army of like 4 power and toughness. Like, that's insane. Or you can, you know, put 4 +1/+1 counters on an army that's already out there. That's a lot of 4s. This is a very powerful card, guys. Do not underestimate the power of Enter the God Eternals. It is ridiculous. That's gonna see play for sure. Spark Double. This is another card that's gonna see play. Some of these cards I just couldn't believe. Like when I started reviewing them, and I'm reviewing them, it's like learning and reading about them. I'm like, this is a 4-drop creature illusion. Okay, it's Spark Double. I like that Jason on the artwork's pretty cool, and there's 2 of them. You may have Spark Double enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature or planeswalker you control. But wait, it gets better. Except it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it if it's a creature. It enters with an additional loyalty counter on it if it's a planeswalker. But wait, it gets better. And it isn't legendary if that permanent is legendary. Are you trying to tell me we can have 2 Karns on the field, 2 Nicole Boluses on the battlefield? Is that what this is all about? Because that's what this is all about. You can basically duplicate anything, any creature or planeswalker out there. That's insane. Very, very strong. Like, do you really need 2 Nicole Boluses out there? Could you imagine what that would do? The power level in this set is through the roof. If you ever decided to crack open that cookie jar and put some money into a set, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, billies of all ages, you're looking at it right here. This is War of the Spark. This is a very powerful set. Wow. Yes, Spark Double is going to see a lot of play. My little submarine. My little submarine. We have an artifact vehicle. Why didn't I put the name up here? It's called Silent Submarine. There it is. Silent Submarine. It is up there. Artifact vehicle. Whenever Silent Submarine, it's 2 to cast only, deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, draw a card. Crew is for 2. For those of you a little newer to the game, tap any number of creatures you control with total power 2 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. So you have to have, like, you know, the 2 out there and then to crew it, and then you can use it. Blue, they've built an entire deck around this kind of strategy already. I'm just saying. And it went really far in the last meta. You know, they have these tiny little creatures that are either unblockable or flying. And then they just fill it with a bunch of counter spells in their hand and whatnot. And every time they hit you, one of these creatures, you're drawing a card because of the aura they put on it. This is basically that in a nutshell. you have all those abilities in a nutshell. Now, the only thing is, the whole submarine effect, it's a hidden submarine. I do get it because it is an artifact vehicle. So, I mean, it's not like it hits the battlefield. It's a 2-3. So, it is kind of like a little hidden in the back row. And sometimes people can easily forget about these. I'm sure the pros won't. But, the average Joe like myself, there's been times I forgot about a vehicle in the back row. Because it just kind of sits there chilling, It's in plain sight. It's on the battlefield. But it's in the back row of the battlefield. You'll see. But this is a pretty interesting card. It's only a 2-drop, and we've seen how powerful it is to draw a card every time damage is dealt. I mean, also, you can make this thing unblockable if you wanted to. There's spells out there that do that. Very cool card. Very easy to get out. Low casting cost. Hidden Submarine is going to do some damage. I was just surprised by seeing a Submarine. Anyone else? I was just surprised by seeing a Submarine out there. I'll go through this one quick. It came out yesterday. Dreadhorde Twins, a 4-drop. Zombie Jackal Warrior. When Dreadhorde Twins enters the battlefield, amass for 2. It's on a 2-2. Zombie tokens you control have trample. Yes, they just continuously keep hitting us with these. If it doesn't have trample, the zombie tokens would have death touch. If it doesn't have death touch, it seems they'd have haste. They're kind of going around. They're making their rounds with this, and it seems pretty interesting. Just how powerful. I mean, if you can. The amass mechanic, it really doesn't create wide amount of tokens, but there's other cards that allow you to create the tokens. There is that. Keep that in mind. God Eternal Bantu. Hot doggy, I loved it. 5-drop. It's a 5/6 menace, legendary creature, zombie god. Zombie god. You need to fear this thing. All right. This thing is pretty silly. For 5, it's a 5/6 with menace. That alone right there is not bad. That is strong right there alone. For those of you a little newer to the game, menace means this creature, it has to be blocked by at least 2 creatures. It can't be blocked by just 1. That's what menace does. When God Eternal Bantu enters the battlefield, sacrifice any number of other permanents. Then draw that many cards. Let's say you just want to get rid of a bunch of your stupid zombie tokens or whatever. Maybe they're not doing enough for you. Or let's just say, you got a bunch of lands out there. You're late in the game. Just sack them, man. You don't need them, right? And then you just draw a brand new hand. You got 3, 4 new 5 cards, however many cards you just sacked, But also, the sacrifice outlet, this is another way to sack cards for all those crazy strategies out there that revolve around sacrificing things, Think about the mechanics. You lose this creature, afterlife. Now it comes back as a 1/1 flyer. I mean, there's just a lot of synergy that Ganju Eternal Bond. It's going to see a lot of play. It's also a mythic. I'm so excited for this set. I could almost cry. Seriously, Wizards home run, man, home run. Complete home run. This is going to be one set that you're going to see go up in price. Probably rather quickly. I mean, unless they just print the crap out of it, which they probably will. But this is one set, man, that's going to be remembered, I think, for a while. Yeah. So definitely crack open the piggy banks. But not only all that right there. When God Eternal Bantu dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, guess what? You may put it into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. They really have made, instead of giving them indestructible, they made it so they just keep coming back. It's a god. Gods are not supposed to die. They just, they're eternal. I mean, it is what it is. It's God Eternal Bantu. I mean, this thing is ridiculous. Next up, we have Tamio, Collector of Tales. Legendary Planeswalker Tamio. Man, the artwork is gorgeous. I do love it. Beautiful Tamio's back again. Spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. Wow. Just think how this card could just shut down an entire strategy. Like a mill deck, for example, or a deck that's making you sacrifice. I'm just saying, this could be a sideboard god, It's a Planeswalker, stupid. Whatever, these are freckles. That's all I'm saying, though. It could be a great sideboard, but also, a great card just to have in a deck as well, depending what you're doing. Its abilities, choose a non-land card name. Then reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all cards with the chosen name from among them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Let's say you were able just to fix your top few cards of your deck, which there are ways to do that. Well, guess what? Tamio is going to be a great fit in your deck then. -3, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. -3. Not bad. Comes out with 5 loyalty. So let's say you don't even get what you want. You can still get that card returned back to your hand when it's -3. And it is in Simic colors, which is running a crap ton of these +1/+1 counters. So, I mean, it's not like the -3 is eventually just going to destroy your Tamio. You don't got to slowly tick up +1. You can probably continuously do that almost every turn with all the synergy and proliferate mechanic and all that other stuff. I think Tamio is a pretty sweet card. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Simic Ascendancy decks. Watch out. And this is Tamio's Epiphany. It's a 4-drop. Scry 4, then draw 2 cards. Yes, I'm on the boat with that. Look at the top 4 cards and then draw 2. That is powerful. It is a 4-drop. That might be a little steep, but not really. You're scrying 4. I mean, talk about fixing. Jesus Christ, man. This is powerful. Powerful stuff afloat here. Really quick, let's just jump into some modern. This is from the new Masters, or not. Well, you can kind of call it the new Masters set, you know. These are Judge promo cards. So you're not really going to see these. They're not going to be floating around in the decks and whatnot, you know. And odds are they're probably not going to see reprints for a while either. And they don't make a lot of these Judge promo cards. I mean, they're given to judges as if, like, you know, you were recognized and the community did a great job, you know. I don't know how many they make, maybe a few hundred, maybe 1,000. I don't really know the exact number on them, but it's such a small number, it doesn't really impact the economy, the money makings of the card. You know, that's how small it is. So Mox Opal's not just going to change in price overnight. We all know what it does. It's a sweet card. Add 1 mana of any color, activate its ability only if you control 3 or more artifacts. Pretty sweet card. Then we have Murari's Guile. I remember pulling this back in Tempest. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. I don't think this was that valuable back in the day, but holy smokes, you can see why this is such a valuable card today. It's a 1-drop enchantment. Nasty sauce. And then we have Arcbound Ravinder, which is a deuce drop. Pretty cool. Sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Arcbound Ravinder. It's got that modular 1. This creature enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, you may put its +1/+1 counters on target artifact creature. Pretty phenomenal. These are all the new Judge promos that are going to be passed about, you know, in the upcoming Horizons modern. I want to call it just Masters Horizons. It's Masters, but modern Horizon set. One last time, Harg the Razbor. This thing is powerful. I'm telling you, man. They made one of the most powerful sets in a while. When this card is just busted. We went over it yesterday, but I just want to mention it one more time. Trample. When it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Return that creature to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. Come on, man. And it's a god. It doesn't really go away. It goes 3rd from the top whenever it dies or is exiled from the battlefield. Man, this thing is so busted. It's going to see so much frickin' play. It's going to be stupid. People are going to be making this their commander. The only thing is, you can only run mono red, though, if it's your commander. But it's still very powerful. So, I mean, you probably throw a bunch of dragons in this, you know, with this kind of build, if it's a commander strategy or whatnot. I have no idea. Or just insanely powerful cards. I don't even know. I don't know. But, man, for standard, it's going to be impactful. In modern, it's going to see some play. I don't know how much. But, I mean, this is going to see play all across the board, man. It's just all across the board. That was fun. All right, guys. Let me know, man. Hit the like button, please. It does help out a lot. Hit the bell button. If you haven't hit the bell button yet, that's how you know when I drop a video. They'll alert you right away, YouTube. Otherwise, they just don't alert you. I appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a real hoot and holler. And I'll be on Twitch later tonight. So make sure you tune in to Twitch. Link in the description of every video. We'll see ya.